Okay, anyone who can actually see me, either in real life or on the Zoom meeting, will notice that I'm wearing an unusual collarette. This collarette was discovered in the basement at York Gate, and it has written on it, it says, Rotary Club of London, 1916, Charles H. Dewey, Esquire. We think it forms part of the set that the President wears. So my idea is to wear it for my year as immediate past President going forward, and then to present it to David at the end of that year, to wear just for 1 year. Right, we're going to make a presentation to the hotel. Many of the old faces are not here anymore, at least for the moment. But I'm going to make a presentation now to Sullivan, is that right? Sullivan is one of the directors of the Chesterfield. And we like to show as a club our appreciation to the Chesterfield for all the hard work you put into supporting us. And we're delighted to see you open again, because I've passed here in the last year and seen you close. Great to see you here, and thank you very much for your support. So we give you this.
Well, I can see.
The other side, cross-fertilizing reactions. That is the distribution among the staff, obviously, particular staff to look after. It's great to be back here. Good, thank you. I now call on Louis to present to me the glass food.
Fellow Rotarians, it's really great to be back at Chesterfield and be part of this hybrid meeting. Before I start the presentation, perhaps I should give you a bit of history of this glass food, especially for those of you who don't know much about its background. In 1972, Ron Spears, who would become president, won the glass food in a tombola. The occasion was the Rotary Governors Ball at the Coastal House Hotel in Park Lane. Ron said when he became president that when his term of office was over, he would feel like an old foot. And with this in mind, at the end of his term in 1977, he handed the glass food over to the incoming president, Bernard Townend, with the charge that he in turn should hand this on to his successor. This then became a tradition that has now survived for 44 years, with a bit of a glitch last year. This glass food was supposed to be presented to past President Tim by me in 2020 when he finished his term as president, but as we all know, COVID decided to interfere. But I'm now delighted that we are finally able to meet again physically so we can carry on to this tradition. Past President Tim and presiding officer, during the term of office, members have enjoyed an array of highly successful and enjoyable fundraising and social events. And to name a few, we had, of course, the Capri trip, visiting our twin club with a delegation of 24. We had a very successful golf day at Sandy Lodge Golf Club, where we raised over £8,000 for Live for Kids. You had 3 large-scale oversubscribed events: the International Dinner at East India Club, a Christmas lunch, as well as the Burns Night at Chesterfield. Not to mention, you single-handedly organized an amazing immediate past president dinner at the House of Lords, which, if I remember correctly, was the last event that we had before the pandemic. You even managed to pull off visiting Tel Aviv during lockdown by an area tour for your house party. Under your leadership, the club enjoyed a first-class speaker program during the year. A new Rotary Club of London was chartered, and the club raised and made over £60,000 of charitable donations to various UK and international charities. The list goes on and on. We were indeed very, very lucky to have you, had you as our president of this amazing club during 2019, 2020, and on behalf of all members present today, as well as those on Zoom, thank you very much for all the hard work you put in. And many congratulations again on all that you've achieved during the year. Today is your belated last good day, where we're supposed to put you out of your office. Now, even though you're already enjoying that position, it is better now than never, and it's never too late. So it gives me enormous pleasure to present you with this last good, and no doubt this time next year we will return the favor to President David.
Past President Louis, thank you very much for those kind words. I did have a terrific year. I was very lucky to manage to squeeze all of that in 9 months before my year was terminated in the middle of March. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody who supported me in that year, all the committee chairs, all the officers, everybody. It was a great, great year, one I will remember for the rest of my life. So, thank you those that helped me and supported me. Okay, I'm going to move on now, and this is the moment I would like everybody to raise their glasses for the royal toast. In the room, please stay seated. We'll raise our glasses. Anyway, here's a notional glass. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, the Queen. All right, we're now going to move on to hear a little bit about our foundation scholars. Rajiv Saborhal is going to introduce, I'm not sure how many of them are able to be online and speak. We have had 3 of them this year. They haven't had the usual treatment that we give them. We normally invite them to lunches and events, and of course we've been completely unable to do that. But we would still like to see their faces again and hear what sort of year they've had in London. So Rajiv, I'm going to hand the meeting over to you now to introduce them.
Thank you, Tim. The time has come to say our bye-byes, Marta, Francesco and Charles, and how quickly this year has gone by. It was fortunate we met in December, and who would have thought then this pandemic will still be on? It's good to know that all of you have completed your courses, and I trust you enjoyed your stay in London, and you are welcome to the club anytime you're here. So may I, on behalf of the Rotary Club of London, wish you great success in the future. However, before Marta, Francesco and Charles run away, you each have 5 minutes to tell us about your course, your lockdown experience, and where you're headed to now. Over to Marta.
Hi, thank you, Rajiv. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for your support and community. And while I pursue and I'm finishing up my master's degree in conflict studies at LSE, I moved here in September to London. And so it's been a great experience being able to do my studies here. And I had an opportunity at the very beginning to attend some in-person classes. And so it has, despite COVID, it has, and lockdown, it has taught me a great deal of not only academically, but just lessons and how to be flexible and adaptive in this type of environment, and how to switch between in-person to online learning, and have tried my best to really maximize my time here and get connected. And it has been great to be a part of my courses and my professor, connect with professors and students here. And I am currently working on my dissertation. So I haven't quite finished yet. I did finish my exams just recently, but throughout the summer, I will be working on my dissertation, and I'm currently researching more about how private sector development can contribute to peace building. And so I hope to continue my learning around this, and leverage my professional experience in international development to understand how to serve and work with underserved populations and community in developing countries. And I have also connected with the Rotary Club of London, and just been able to plug in and be part of a mentorship program. So I've really tried to, I mean, although there's many challenges with online learning and connecting with others, I've also tried to make the best out of that and find opportunities and ways to connect with others, and how that is accessible for all of us. So yeah, thank you again. And I'm sure I'll still be part of Rotary, and hope to connect further along my professional and academic career.
Thank you, Marta. Can we move on to Francesco, please?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me, first of all?
We can, clearly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No, as Marta now, I want to take the opportunity to thank you very much, the whole Rotary family, and especially you that virtually host me in this complicated year. As a lot of students this year, I was not able, unfortunately, to attend in person all the program at King's College London Law. But still, this year was so rich of other kind of experience and opportunity. And it also teach me how to develop skills that I was not even aware to have, or even aware that I would need one day. So still, even though this year was really complicated and I was not able to join you in London, it was really great. And also the path that I followed at King's was really rich as stimulus. So it was, at the end of the day, really, really a positive experience. And I'm also now completely my dissertation on conflict between states over natural energy and natural resources. And probably at the end of this path, I will be joining law firms in Milano in dispute resolution, because this is usually what I'm doing and what I'm planning to do. But besides this, really, it was great. Unfortunately, again, I really regret not have come to London, but I'm planning to do so probably in September, just to have a taste of what could have been. But really, I take again the opportunity to thank you very much for the big support and all the clubs of London, because in this month I was able also to join other clubs in London to interact and exchange view, and was really, really stimulating. So I really hope one day in the future, hope soon, I will be able to visit in person and exchange in view with all of you, hopefully. And thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Francesco. Could we have Charles now, please? Clive, have you seen Charles on screen?
I haven't.
I'm afraid that's all we have. It looks like Charles is not online as yet. He said he would try to do so, but obviously hasn't managed. But having said that, wish you both a very happy future. And once again, I'm sorry we couldn't sort of meet socially more often, but as you said, you're part of the Rotary family now, and we hope to see you when you're next in London. Please come and see us, and the Zoom meeting is always on a Monday, so please join. Thank you, scholars.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotary, and good luck to all you scholars. One of the other things that happens on last Boot Day is that past President Neville Shulman, presents a cup each year. And it's a cup for a member who has contributed the most, in his view, to the charitable fundraising efforts of the club. So Neville is in the room, and I'm going to invite Neville to come up and present his cup, the Shulman Cup.
Good afternoon, everyone, and Mr. President, and ask the whole again, so that thank you for allowing me to meet you as usual, and it's always a great pleasure to be with you. And it's the first time that I've worn a suit and a tie for a year and a half, so I feel quite elated. It's ready to do my son's dance actually this time. But it's great fun being with you all, and I'm very impressed. And I managed to keep working through the year, so I've working on several film projects. One is coming out actually this October, The Last Duel. It stars Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It's the first time they worked together since Good Will Hunting. So that I asked Matt if he would come today, but he said not today, another time. But ladies, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You haven't got Matt Damon, you've got me instead. What can we do? So that every year since 1992, I think it is now, I presented a Rotary charity concert. It's like 20 years of that we've been going on. It's more than 30 years. See, my brain is fogged up as is always. Before pandemic, my brain was fogged up, so naturally it is. So that I present this cup to someone who is devoted himself or herself to the Rotary Club of London and to Rotary principles of service of ourselves. And it's in a way the cup is part of the history of Rotary now, because as I say, it's got some major people listed on the cup. It's a silver cup that is engraved every year with their names, and it's something that goes to someone who's really special, that someone who's contributed a great deal. So I've got the cup with me. I'm just going to put the microphone down for a second while I bring up the cup. This black bag contains the cup, and it's about to emerge after a year in hiding. It's a beautiful cup, as you've seen, and it's got some wonderful names on there. I mean, its first honoree was Sir Sigmund Sternberg, to show you how much the history goes back to my great friend Sir Sigmund Sternberg. And it's got some great names. Some of them are present with us here today, and others are around somewhere in internet. So it was a tough choice. It was really difficult in the Rotary for the last year. And after the discussion, we found someone who sometimes does some things for the club, who doesn't do all the time, but sometimes he manages to fit things into the club, and we're actually really that there's something actually really incredibly special. I shouldn't be facetious about it, because it's actually going to Ian, our lovely Ian. Tim! Your name is on this cup. This cup is going to you, and I present it to you. You hold it. Good news. And I would like to hug him, but I would like to hug him. I'd like to hug people that come next to me. I don't know. Come together. And additionally, I always give a certificate of the winner. So the certificate is Rotary Club of London, Neville Shulman Rotary Charity Card 2021. Tim activities, service of oneself. So Tim put that in your toilet or other official awards or accolades. So this goes to you, sir. Thank you very much. My great pleasure. We have it today, President David, that I also endowed some monies which I increase on a regular basis, and the winner of the charity cup gets a check for £100, and it's just a seed amount in order to encourage them to carry out their charitable activities. So the check, I'm told, is somewhere in the ether. So here's your ether check of £100, Tim. Amazing.
Neville,
as they say in life, they say it's in the post. So thank you all for allowing me to say a few words to you. Good luck to you all. Thank you. Bye.
Neville, I'll put his check on the post today.
Really is an amazing surprise. Thank you so much, Neville, for those very kind words. Ian Balkan, you nearly got it. You got half of it. You'll have to work on it next year. Okay, terrific. I should just hold it up. Somebody will take a photo, Harry. You want to take a photo? There we go. So hold the cup up. Absolutely beautiful cup.
Cup and certificate together.
I can't with a microphone as well.
Wow. For the camera. Better.
Tim, I've got £100 check here.
Wonderful. That really is a surprise. Thank you very much, Neville. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay. We have a setup to present when Past President Louis was retiring. He introduced a new cup called President Cup. I will not be the president, but I'm not the president of last year. David, if you could come up to present the President Cup.
Thank you very much indeed, Past President. And thank you also for the way in which you conducted the meeting so far. I have, of course, a lot of thank yous I would normally be doing after my year in office. As I've only gone through my progress, I'm very restricted in what I think is appropriate to do. I would, however, like to thank many of the members who helped me through my year mentally and guided me. And that includes every member of the council. It includes both council members and non-council members. And I'd particularly like to mention the support given by Anthony Newton, Darcy Daniels, and Paul Bush, who are not Paul is not a member, but who are not on council today. On council, I've been enormously helped by Tim, Ian, Hugh, Hiko, Clive, Tom, and supported by Sabrina, Chicago, and Robert, Brian, Olivia, Rajiv, and also Duchess Isabella and Nona. And so it was difficult for me to decide who has given me most support in my year. But actually, it came down to a short list of one. Somebody who's actually been through the thick and the thin of all the organisation we've had to do, and particularly in us being where we are today. And I mean, somebody who's just drinking his wine, Tom Swainland. Hey. I'd like to present the President's Cup, whose predecessors include names such as, just reading, Tim McAndrews and Hugh and Janet. Tom, can I present you, tissues permitting, with sincere thanks, the President's Cup. You know how much help you've given me during my year. You know that actually you've made the impossible possible. And I really do appreciate everything you have done for the club and for myself this last 12 months. Thank you.
Take your mask off just for a moment. Photo.
Thank you.
Make it snappy. How did that?
Well done, Tom, and thank you, David. Thank you. You very nearly got the Neville Shulman Cup there for a moment. Okay, I would just like to, when I was the president, one of the things that I inherited from Louis was the idea of giving an attendance prize for people who turned up regularly to meetings, and it used to be done every month. And of course, we haven't really been keeping proper records of Zoom. People have been coming in, coming out. But there's one man who's been there every single week without fail, who's had to sweat through this for the last 12 months. And I'm going to give him a bottle of champagne. It's a tiny token gesture for the amount of work that he has put into this club in the last 12 months. President David, come and get a bottle of champagne for the attendance prize. Well done, and the best of luck for your next year.
Thank you very much.
May you actually be able to organise some functions.
When you're making those statements, I could think of at least half a dozen people.
Okay, just so that everybody is aware, the district handover takes place next Sunday evening. All the details are online in the district newsletter. Selwyn Foreman will be taken over as our district governor, and Selwyn Foreman will be talking to us at next week's meeting. I think he's appearing on Zoom, but he will be talking to us, sharing his vision for the district going forward. I would like to congratulate Chicago, who has been given an enhanced Paul Harris Award by district. Well done to you, Chicago, for all your work in district. Could I remind you that on Candy's newsletter that she sends round, she talked about the Old Bailey black tie dinner coming up on the 3rd of August. And there was a link on there for you to be able to book your places. You may well have missed that link, but what I will tell you is that the Old Bailey can only hold 55 people. So it's a matter of first come, first served. So you've all been told that today. Those places will be a sellout. Those places will be going. You need to book very quickly if you wish to come. It is, of course, being hosted by our new honorary member, Chris Hayward, who is a sheriff in the City of London. So next week, it is New President's Day. As I said, it will include Selwyn Foreman telling us about his vision for district. And of course, President David will be telling us his vision for the club and what he's got planned for the next 12 months, all things being equal. One very important point for next week is that we're reversing the timings. I don't know if it's just for next week or running forward, but for next week, we're going to do it the other way round. So the main business meeting will start at 12:30 and run to 1:15. And then anybody who's in the room here will then dine after that business meeting has concluded. But that will all be on Candy's newsletter when she sends it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, it just leaves me to ask you to grab your glasses one more time for our final toast. Rotary and peace the world over.
Rotary and peace the world over.
And of course, the bell. Thank you all very much indeed. Nice to see you, everybody on Zoom. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.
Well done.